Well, one feature race done, another one ready to go. It's going to be the National 4's on track for their feature race here tonight. And Josh Rigby starting out of pole position. Frank Packer alongside of him. The new versus the old, and we go green. Down into turn number 1 on the outside line, proves a place to be as Frank Packer jumps to the race lead at the Bundaberg 21. Heads in the back straightaway with Rigby trying to check down a little XL. It's going to be a long race, Brad, and again, just hit solid, consistent laps and keep on chipping away.
Yeah, exactly right. Frank Packer now is just tucked down on the bottom as he goes through the Tattlesall's turn, and Rigby's just going to do the same at the moment, but very long race. A couple that are out at the moment, but Hancock is back there as well. In third position in the 53, so it's still not over yet, a long way to go.
Yeah, Brock Hancock's found a lot of pace right now in this feature race, right on the back of Rigby. They go down turns 1 and 2. He's just got about 2 or 3 car lengths between him and the Gimpy 27 car. As Frank Packer does what he does so well, Brad. How many times have we seen this? Frank Packer getting out to a good lead and just controlling the race. He's going to be very, very hard in this position.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Like you've seen him in the first heat when it was still wet. He was just sitting there biding his time, waiting for that track to come good, and then he certainly got it on song again. This car only comes out every now and again, but every time it rolls out of the shed, the Kenko car, it's always very quick.
The Sunshine Coast picks Darren Brumpton. His night is done as he pulls onto the infield. But there's battle for third, Brad. I'm liking this. This is looking really good. Brock Hancock having a crack at Rigby. The Lancer versus the XL. How good is it seeing these sort of race cars on a speedway? Would you ever imagine that the Japanese import of the Mitsubishi Lancer would be here at a speedway track?
Yeah, no, 100%. And Rigby's just going to hold that little pole line and just make him go the long way. And it's going to be the long way for Hancock if he can get it down, but he's going to keep chipping at him and see what he's going to do.
So Packer leading from Rigby and Hancock. That's your top 3 as they sit. Hancock's actually the fastest car on the racetrack at the moment. He's put in a 21.615 to Frank Packer's 21.626. So he's got a lot of pace there. In saying that, Rigby just fires back with a 21.5. So there's still a lot of pace left in all the cars. It's not over yet. This still could be anybody's race as Rigby and Hancock battle all the way to the fence. And Packer might just be slowing a little bit, Brad, because they're starting to reel in your leader. The eye check says so. The times say so as well. Let's look at Hancock to the inside of Rigby. Now, these two need to be careful because they want to try and catch the lead. They can't waste time trying to pass each other.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Oh, no, Hancock, I was coming in then, but a little bit of a lose out of turn 4. But yeah, Frank Packer, I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Well, I can tell you by the lap times, Brad, Frank Packer's not going any slower. So the 2 cars behind him are chasing him down. Rigby's put in a 21.3, and Hancock, before the mistake, put in a 21.2. Still, Packer's sitting about 21.6 as his quick time. Better 22nd lap time that time. So the young fellas starting to close in as they might just have a little bit more endurance, Brad.
Yeah, exactly right. And they're starting to go through the lap trapping now too. So this is going to be something going to have to look at. But yeah, it might come down a bit of stamina here at the moment. But he's certainly, Rigby has got right on the tail of Packer. And we'll see next minute he might be seeing a little green machine flying up the inside.
This is going to be a good race. The other thing to consider as well, we just spoke about how experienced Frank Packer is behind the wheel. He knows he's out the front. He knows what he needs to do to make sure he can finish the race. He might just be controlling his own pace right now, just pacing himself, waiting to the end, and then if he needs to, he might be able to put the foot down a little bit harder. He's just done that then, Brad, with a 21.7, his fastest lap in the last 6 or so laps.
Yeah, he just got a little bit of push just then too going to the turn number 3, so I'm going to come up now on Mooney, another lap car, as they put another one on the board into turn number 1 and 2 for the Tattlesall's turn, but Hancock's actually going to come back now. Rigby, well, it looks to it, starting to wind him back in.
Yeah, Rigby's starting to drop a little bit of pace. He was as close as 6 tenths behind Packer. He's dropped that back to about 1.3 to 1.5 now as he gets Booth in front of him. That costs a little bit more, and Hancock is right back on the rear bumper of the 27 machine. A lot of to and fro. It's still really hard to pick how this race is going to play out.
Yeah, exactly right. So Packer's just chipped away again a little bit, but the battle's still here. Hancock's trying to get that top line to work. There's only one lap to go this time around, and they'll know it.
Frank Packer and the Bundaberg 21. The Kenko Racing Products car took the lead of this race on lap number 1 and hasn't looked back. He's controlled it from the front, kept his distance between him and the rest of the field. He's going to come out and turn forward, checkered flag, and they're ready for Frank Packer, the national feature race winner. Josh Rigby will come home in second spot ahead of Brock Hancock. Declan Brownsy home in fourth place ahead of Russ Haley Little Hales, and Darren Brunton ending up on the infield. But we've seen him race just everything here. Put your hands together for the Pac-Man, Mr. Frank Packer. Well, the Bundaberg local defending Carina. Put your hands together, Frank Packer, as he comes around for his victory lap. Another feature race win here for Mr. Packer.